Welcome, you guys. It's good to see you. That's a terrible intro. I can't see you. Welcome, you guys. If you're new to my channel, my name is Darla, and I'm so happy to have you watching. What we're going to be doing today is talking about primers. This is going to be a two-segment because there are eye primers and there are face primers. And I want to split them up because they do different things, and I feel like if I tried to cram it all into one, it might be a very long segment, and I don't want to keep you that long. Why do I have 8? Do they work? They all do a little bit of different things. And so depending on how I'm feeling that day, what my face is looking like, then that's the primer that I choose to address that issue. Do primers work? 100%. They do work. I don't know, you guys that are watching for the first time, I've shared, I don't use powder any longer. I used to use powder, now powder's really not my friend. And so what I depend on are other things that are gonna prolong my makeup. What a primer does is it elongates the wear of your foundation. You can use some primers without makeup at all, but what their main use is to elongate your wear of your foundation, and they address different concerns that you may have. So when you're looking for a primer, you want to go in with a priority list of what are you wanting the primer to do. I'm going to go ahead and get into my faves that I use all the time. I will dive into what each one does and why I use it, when I use it, and all of the above. So the first one I'm going to talk about is right here in the middle, Smashbox, because Smashbox actually was founded on primers, and this one is Photo Finish. And what it says right on the back: increases the longevity of foundation while reducing the appearance of fine lines and pores. The first thing you want to do is you want to use moisturizer. Just because you're using a primer doesn't mean you omit moisturizer. Moisturizer is needed. This is something that you put on between your moisturizer and your foundation step. Whether you're using a powder foundation or a liquid foundation, you can still use a primer. All of these help them to smooth on nicely. So that's one plus right there. This one here, it actually says right here, helps with the longevity of your foundation while reducing the appearance of fine lines and pores. So if one of your concerns is at the end of the night or end of my work day, my foundation is gone, then you should look at something like this. This one actually does have a silicone base. So most of them are oil-free, but they have a silicone or dimethicone base. Dimethicone is a silicone type product that helps to lock in moisture. Someone that's super oily would probably look for something that doesn't have silicone in it. Although it's not bad for your skin. Could you be sensitive to it and then it cause breakout? Absolutely. But that's a sensitivity or an allergy that you possibly have to the product that contains the silicone / dimethicone. Secondly is going to be, I don't know which way to go. Let's go with Strivectin. So Strivectin launched this, it's called Anti-Wrinkle Line Blur Factor Instant Wrinkle Blurring Primer. The reason I have 8 is because sometimes I actually use 2. I would probably use it in the areas where I want to control the creasing of my makeup in my fine lines. So I'm going to put that there. Probably am not going to put it on my nose. I would put more of a shine control or mattifying primer in my nose, blurring of pores right in this area, which this would be a good guy because it just said blurs out pores. So I would use these two together. They address different things, might as well use them to their advantage. So that is this one here. It's a great primer. I've used it a few times. Actually, I'm wearing it today. I've been at work all day and it's still holding up. It's done a great job. The next one, let's go over here, is Pure Correcting Primer, Hydrate and Balance. So this one actually is silicone free. What the special thing about this one is if you're having a breakout, your body is imbalanced. That's why you're breaking out. That's what causes breakouts, is imbalance of the skin. So this guy, what's special about it is silicone free, and it helps with the imbalance of your skin. So the nice ingredients that it has is salicylic acid and lavender extract to soothe the skin. So sometimes when you break out, you're irritated. And so what this will do, if you put this on wherever you're breaking out, you don't have to do your whole face. If you're having a breakout in the chin area, just put it in the chin area. And it also has hydration in it, which you need. You don't want to really, you don't want to put a treatment on there that, I don't know if you've done it, but I have, where I have like a little pimple and I really want to dry it out and it gets all crusty with my makeup. That's not good either. So something like this would be perfect. Then I'm gonna go over here. I have a couple minis here, which it's really nice when you're looking for a primer, see if they have a mini, because then you're not committed totally if it doesn't work for you. I don't use them all the time, but again, they've come into use for me. This one is called Luminizer Primer, and this is by Dr. Brandt. Again, this is a little one. What's nice about this is it's in their Pores No More line, which if you have been familiar with Dr. Brandt at all, their Pores No More is amazing. This one actually illuminates the skin, and I have to show you because it's so beautiful. It has a blurring technology that blurs as it illuminates. So for me, like, this would be all I needed. Compared to my other hand, this has like a luminescence to it. And I would, I could use it in this whole area because my pores are gonna be blurred and I want the highlight in my area. I'd probably use it in my forehead as well. So it's a phenomenal primer, I love it. Then we have Cover FX. This is another illuminating primer. Now the difference between these is this one blurs out pores. This one's strictly illuminating. And I will show you the difference. I'm gonna put it on this hand. This says, illuminate your skin from the inside out. The primer adds an luminous glow instantly to eliminate dull skin for a brighter, radiant appearance. So the difference is this has a blurring technology and this one just kind of glows. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's that one. And it's phenomenal. It feels great on the skin. It's a great primer, love it. And again, these are all for different instances. For an example, if you're going to dinner or if you're going to a special event, this would be beautiful under your makeup because you have that nice glow. Next, Hangover by Too Faced. I have to say, this guy is my number one. I love this primer. I don't know if you remember, but one of the first videos I did, I talked about the setting spray of Hangover, which I'll put the link up here. It is what I use to set my under eye concealer with. And what's so awesome about this product is it contains coconut water and probiotic based ingredients and skin revivers. It almost feels like a moisturizer. It's so wonderful. The setting spray, again, is equally as wonderful. I don't use this under my eyes because I like the setting spray with the concealer better, but this is one I will use all by itself because it's just so amazing. It's a lotiony feel. It is also silicone free. So when you're feeling the primers, you'll kind of feel a slick to it, even though they're oil free. That silicone is what you're feeling, and it's like a slickness to it. What that does is most of those are going to blur out pores. This one, that's not its main purpose. It's got coconut water, super hydrating. Probiotics, I mean, we've all heard about probiotics, taking them internally. Now to have it on the surface of your skin, even that's great. So there is Hangover, love it. Then we have Lancome, and it is called Blur and Go. This is the newest addition, newest addition to my primer family. And what is so awesome about this, it's exactly what it sounds like, Blur and Go. You can use this one I probably, well, I don't think I've ever used it alone because I will blur like in my fine lines or anywhere where I want to blur out pores. And then I would probably use it with Hangover or an illuminating. I could use the illuminating out on the cheek area and focus my inner, like the T-zone right here. Well, actually that's not T-zone. The center of my face, I would probably use the blur. And what's so awesome is I like to use my fingers and just press it in, and it fills in. And you can put it over makeup as well. You don't get any white cast. It just kind of blurs it down. It's really nice to keep with you if you needed to touch up during the day or if you're on vacation. This is a great travel buddy. So I would just keep this one with you and touch up with it as you go. Last but not least, Tarte. And this is called their Timeless. And what it is, it's in a pot. I don't have a spatula. I actually usually use a spatula. But this is what it looks like. First time I used it, I didn't like it because it rolled all over the place. And then I was educated that you have to warm it up. Can you see that? It blurs out anything, but it's pretty amazing. Now, again, I probably wouldn't use this. This is gonna be very similar to the Blur and Go from Lancome as far as the effect that you get. It's a filler, and it literally, I mean, I can actually blur out the creases in my fingers almost. Like it's really, really nice as well. But again, warm it up is the key to it, and press into the skin or press where you want to minimize pores, things like that. That is a quick rundown of my personal primers that I have. There are so many good ones that I don't even have here. My problem is every time I see another one that I'm curious about, I buy it. So I'll probably add to this too. They all range between $34 to $39. You can get the minis in some. I believe Too Faced comes in a mini, Smashbox comes in a mini. These I got in sets, so they were kind of mini. So if you can sometimes score with like a gift set and you'll get like a little mini something, but it's a great way to try it. Again, my biggest advice is one, try a primer because I think it will make a difference. Two, when you're going to look for a primer, have a priority list of what you want it to do. When you go into the store and you just say, I need a primer, that is, as you can see, is a very broad range when it comes to guidance on really what you're wanting. There are primers that they were just made to help your foundation wear. But if you want it to do a specific thing, then you're gonna need to think about that. If you're dry, well, you're probably gonna want something with coconut water. If you're just dull and you think, man, I just look tired all the time, illuminating primers would probably give you some life to your face. If you're having some breakout, salicylic acid. If you're wanting to blur lines, I can't hold all those. Right there. Well, this one kind of blurs too. It's also anti-aging. So Strivectin is a treatment line. So that one would go in that group as well. So I think, blurring is very attractive to me. When I'm using, when I'm using the illuminator or the Too Faced, I'm always doubling it up because I want to blur that center area because I don't wear powder. And so I need something to help me with that. I mean, just because I have purchased these doesn't mean I haven't tried numerous others as well. So I can kind of help you out if you have a question on a certain brand that you would like to try. If I haven't tried it, I will for you and give you my opinion. Or if I have tried it, I'll let you know what I thought about it. I do feel like I have a good knowledge when it comes to this area, just because experience is everything. Anyways, that's all I've got for you. If you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you could. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Part 2 is coming your way. That's going to be the eye primer segment, and we will get back to you soon. Take care.